Okay, hi guys, and hi people from Instagram. It's great to have all of you back again. And today we are back here for another digital marketing talk.
Yes.
And this time around, we have here Kushboo from Beyond 99. And she's also the one who will be having she's the organizer for the Martech Summit as well. So yes, that's the thing. Okay. One key thing. So what we'll do is this, right?
Okay.
Throughout the whole process, we will keep asking people to actually to share, right? So if you share,
yes.
and if we hit how many should we do? 15 or 20?
Okay, let's be modest here. I'm okay with 15.
Okay. So what we can do is if you guys go on Facebook and you share and you hit 15, so this is a time where you will be able to get one of these tickets, and it's worth
179 ringgit.
179 ringgit, and you will get to meet a lot of
speakers.
A lot of speakers from very different backgrounds. And
just to name few, we are getting Google, LinkedIn, Mindvalley, GoCar, Fave, AirAsia, and it goes on. We have more than 30 speakers.
Nice.
So
nice. That's awesome. All right. So maybe as a start, right? Let's just see if anyone. Okay. So maybe at the start, right? Maybe you could share with us, Kushboo, like what is Beyond 99?
Okay. So first.
And also tell us about yourself, right? Your experience as a digital marketer. I mean, you just told me a little bit just now that
Yes.
you started off as a developer and then now you're a marketer. Like, tell us how you started off as a developer and got into marketing, and then started Beyond 99, and what is Beyond 99?
Okay, so basically, back in 2008, I started my career. And I started as a data entry. Okay, I was way too young and just in school, so I started as a data entry person. But eventually, because people around me, they were more from the tech background, I fell in love with coding. I actually self-taught myself HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and made close to more than 100 websites.
Oh, wow.
Or even more than that. I have never kept count of that. And I actually always feel that I'm a very dynamic kind of a person. Mm-hmm. So eventually, when I started doing the websites and coordinating with the client, management attracted me to a great extent.
Nice.
And that's where I started only dealing with the clients, and we expanded our team who helped us with the website setups and stuff. Eventually, we collaborated with businesses here in Malaysia and worked very closely with ad agency. I personally worked with a very close ad agency, and there I fell in love with marketing as well. Because I believe no marketing activity is possible without the technology. And since I come from the technology background, it actually enhances my marketing growth, and it empowers it to a great extent.
Yeah.
So that's where I started my passion for marketing, dabbling on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and then even LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is my personal favorite.
Your personal favorite, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And we formed our own agency, which is Beyond 99. And we call it a marketing technology agency because all our marketing strategy consultations are driven by technology. At the end of the day, whatever we plan for our clients, that's quite custom made. Though we have packages and stuff, but frankly for me, I don't recommend to the clients because every client has its own need. They have their own objective when they go out and they want to grow their business. So we custom tailor-made strategies are done through Beyond 99, and I focus mostly on strategies and consultation, where I have got team and partners who is helping me with expansion, global alliances, and at the same time, of course, operations and stuff. So Beyond 99, when I say marketing technology agency, our main work is to act like an on-demand CMO.
I see. A nice on-demand CMO. I think
absolutely.
That's amazing.
Because what happens is, Audrey, you are running an academy, right? Yeah. So you are actually empowering, growing youth or maybe CEOs or corporates on what digital marketing is all about. And remember, we had a call and you talked about that even though they don't do it themselves, but at the end of the day, it's good to know a little bit about it. What we do is we act like a catalyst or a bridge between the entrepreneurs, corporates, and the CEOs and the executors. So even if they have their in-house team, we either help them train or we help them work with the existing vendors, acting like their on-demand CMO, their own CMO, and helping the digital marketers run strategies.
I see.
Because we run very closely with the company. So that's all in a nutshell about Beyond 99. And of course, we do executions, which comes in the social media marketing, LinkedIn, Facebook. That's like a whole lot of list. Yes.
And I think, I think next month there will be the MarTech Summit.
Yes.
Maybe, tell us a little bit about what actually brought you thinking about actually having this summit in the first place.
Okay, I'll say that it's an idea which was done through a team effort. It's me, Chetan, Novrud, and Nazia who came on board together and brought in the idea of MarTech Summit. So one fine day we were just talking, and then we presented the name, let's keep MarTech, because at the end of the day, we all were working in an industry which was marketing and driven by technology at the end of the day. Also, Audrey, I'll ask you one thing. How many times, if let's say you're running the academy, right? You start academy and there are 20, 25 people, you ask them, how many of you do understand what is MarTech? What do you think? What will be the ratio?
I really think that this is such a term that people will be like, what on earth is this? Like when fintech first came out and all that tech first came out, everyone was like, what is this? How is it different from anything? Is it technology? Why is it called fintech? Why is there a special name, right? So people don't really know.
Even they didn't relate fin to finance. I mean, that was and that's the same reason why we are doing MarTech Summit. Because when I initially went out and I pitched to the clients and I said, Beyond 99 is a MarTech agency. Trust me, the faces went blank. Nobody understood anything. Half of them didn't even ask because they're like, never mind.
I just want digital marketing. I just want marketing. That's it, guys.
Yes, exactly. So just to have that awareness and the education out there that MarTech is a term, it's a well-renowned term, and it's a combination of a marketing and a technology activity to empower businesses' growth in terms of conversion, sales, or website visits, lead generation, or anything. Yes. So that's the whole motivation for this summit. And trust me, Audrey, I'm blessed and I'm overwhelmed with the support that's coming on board. Even Next Academy is one of our community partners, and I'm so happy to have them. But along with that, our speakers, our other sponsors and supporters have been great.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Ai. Okay, just say hi. Okay, I think that's just better, just say this. Guys, if you want to actually get and win this thing, have an opportunity to get this MarTech ticket, that is worth, $179, and it will be held in Common Ground, a very, very nice co-working place.
Oh, yes.
Very, very nice co-working place. And get the chance to speak, to more than 30 over speakers, who are obviously, I guess thought leaders in marketing.
Oh, absolutely. And technology, because we've got some data scientists also. So we've got,
lovely.
So, yes.
Lovely.
So if you want to win this, you know what to do.
Just share, okay? Share, guys. Just share. So our goal is to reach 15 shares.
Just 15.
15 shares.
Yes.
Just 15.
Just 15.
But, okay, so today's... Let me just get my paper. Okay. So today we are supposed to be talking about Facebook, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just like what you say, just like you told me that you love Facebook, right? So maybe you could tell, everyone, what is your experience with Facebook so far?
Okay. There are situations, to this, Audrey. There are experience before Cambridge Analytica or after Cambridge Analytica. Okay, I don't want to get controversial here, but definitely a lot of things changed for marketer post to that incident. I would say it happened for good because things became more, I would say, more serious. People started, though there are some people who got very afraid, they backed out, but at the same time, I think Facebook took some important steps which were important, which was quite necessary. But I feel with Facebook coming on board as an advertising platform, this is like a boon to the SMEs and small businesses. They don't have to think about not spending on marketing anymore. Because earlier the mindset was marketing traditional marketing, and that's only for the rich brands.
It was expensive, right? Traditional marketing.
Super expensive. You get one billboard in hundreds and thousands.
It's crazy.
Yes. So, but Facebook offered you just $1 a day is the minimum spend that they have. And any SME who is starting their business can just get on board and try and see what's happening for them. So I think that's the best part I find about Facebook. And plus, after the advent of Boost Post, which works very bad for us.
Boost Post is just horrible.
Yes, it's just a horrible thing. Please note that it's really a horrible thing. But because it is there, people have just started trying. I mean, that's one thing that has happened.
It's one of those, okay guys, I know that some of you guys actually tried Facebook advertising. So one key thing, if you notice, is that if you click on the boost post button, because it's there, people will just go like, why can't I just boost? Why can't I just boost?
Why do I need to pay agency?
Yeah.
Why I can do it? I can do it myself.
It is a money making, I would say it's a money making tactic.
Yes.
For them.
Yes.
But if it would really, really help you, that is a different story altogether. All right.
No, why they made the entire system easy is because Facebook wanted to make money at the end of the day. It's just 3 clicks and you'll be able to run your ads. But still, agencies are there in the market. They are the ones who are running ads for Coca-Cola, for McD, for KFC. They don't do it themselves. And there is a reason to that. Because Boost Post is not something which offers 100% of the possibilities, and thus clients end up losing money. They even feel that they have done a mistake doing ads on Facebook because they wasted their 500 ringgit or the 1,000 ringgit.
So exactly. So okay, maybe one of the key things is that do you have any really interesting case studies on your end about how you help a client who probably didn't do much Facebook advertising, and then after that it just went crazy?
Okay, so I'll share a recent case study. I actually helped a brand coming from Korea, and they're a Singapore-based company and into beauty, care beauty. They just wanted to launch a product in Malaysia itself, and when they came in, they didn't know much about the Malaysian market because they were coming from Singapore, and the product was from Korea.
I see.
And the product is a little mid-ranger. I won't say it's not really high, but it's a mid-ranger in the market. And it's very difficult for the product to stand also because it's beauty. People do keep on changing and stuff. And so what we did is we came up with a marketing campaign, a holistic campaign for the client, where we chose not only Facebook, but we chose Google as one of the advertising platform as well. Because I think whenever you are marketing, I know this session is about Facebook, but my advice to everybody out there, or my personal experience, is please don't stick to only one platform. You really need to go out and make yourself visible in different places. Otherwise, you will, at the end of the day, people will be very bored looking at you only at one single platform again and again. So what we did is we ran a viral referral campaign.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So this was, you can get a certain percentage of promo discount, which was a product launch promo.
Okay.
Only if you refer to your friends through an invite system. And with every credits they received, they had a better percentage discount. So we not only did we...
Nice.
So client gave me a benchmark. I can only give these many products for a percentage discount. So let's say if the product was 100 ringgit, the client was ready to give a percentage discount to only 200 products.
Okay.
First 200 products. We got so overwhelming as a response. The client was so happy. They doubled the count of the product.
Nice.
They said, I'll go with 400. No problem. And the database we collected with just a little bit of spending, believe me, my expectation of budget was a little higher, but we didn't spend that high. Still, we reached out and we got, not only did we get the sales, we doubled our sales. The ROI that came was by 3 times of our expectations.
3 times, guys.
Yes. And then we, at the same time, we got a database of the people whom we are able to reach out every time we have a new launch of product. We have a new promo at Sasa, we have a new promo at Watson. So that database is our treasure.
Oh, nice. That's great.
And we ran the campaign just for 40 days.
40.
40.
Oh, 40 days.
Because there's one very small tip that I would give. If you are running a viral campaign.
Okay, viral campaign, guys. Viral campaign.
Absolutely. You cannot do it for just 1 week or 10 days. It's not going to work. Because the idea is from 1, it goes to 3. From 3, it goes to 9. From 9, it goes to 27. So you need to give that much of time to your campaign to get one person to the 27th person.
Nice.
So yes, that's something we just ran and it worked wonders.
That's great. So guys, if you guys want to hear more and also want to meet Kushboo in person, please, check out the Martech Summit that is happening. It's happening on the 5th and the 6th of September at a very, very nice, comfortable place. I love this place, by the way. So yes, and to just get this free ticket, if you don't want to, you want to give this a try, right? And try to get one of these free tickets. remember to share this post. Okay.
Yes, don't forget to share.
Share. Okay. Before that, let me just get a quick one. How many shares are there so far? Okay, there are 5 shares so far. Awesome. We are only 10 away. Okay, guys, 10 away. And then the moment you get this, we will randomly choose one person, and that one person will be able to actually join this.
Yes.
And meet Kushboo. And
yes.
we get the signature from her as well.
No, but definitely you'll get to meet some awesome people at the event.
Yeah, I think it's really good to actually be able to reach out to a lot of I would say to a lot of all this, like people like you, right? Because you have so much to share, so much things to talk about. And guys, when it comes to marketing, the key thing is this: is the learning journey never stops.
Oh, never
stops.
If you don't work for 1 week, you feel obsolete. You ask me when I recently went off radar for a while, and I really didn't want it to, because there was too much going on, and we had MarkTech to prepare.
Yes.
And that time when you stop your learning curve, you don't do the readings, you don't do the blogs, I feel like a lot has happened and a lot has been missed. So it's very dynamic as an industry. If you get into this, please forget about monotony from your lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Chandran. Okay. I think there's a few people, Alvin and Yuyan. If you guys have questions, do feel free to ask them. Because right now we are going into the question session. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. All up for it.
Okay. Let's get started. So maybe let's just start with the most common question that I've received. I think it was from Alvin.
Okay.
And he is a business owner. And he asked this: why are there so many people who like my post, who ask for PM and everything, but none of them are actually really converting? So I think this is one really big question that a lot of people have. Why are there so many people liking the post, engaging with the post, but it seems to him that there are
conversions.
When there's no conversions, and when he clicked and checked out who are the people who actually like and stuff like this, are not the demographic that he wanted. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, first of all, I would question how exactly did you do the targeting. That's the most important thing, because if you find that the comments or the likes are reaching out to the audiences which are not converting or outside of your expected target audience, it's time you re-strategize your interest and your targeting. Because when you do interest targeting, sometimes people can go very broad, sometimes they can go very niche. So what I do is, first of all, I'll share my strategy. What I do is I go for broad and narrow.
Broad and narrow.
Yeah,
okay.
Going both together and with smaller budgets. Because it's not fair to anybody, even we as an agency, to play with the client's money beyond a certain extent. So definitely I have tools which helps me, which empowers me, and which gives me right data, and we spend as less as possible with the testings. But even if you are going out and you're doing yourself, I would say go for multiple targeting with lower budgets and see which is responding to you. Don't just go, okay, I would say, okay, I'm launching this pen, and this pen resonates with youth. So I'll just go and target the youth, and I'll
put the age group.
And you can go with this broad targeting and see how the response is coming in, but also do interest specific targeting, like who would really buy. Like I would say, if I'm interested in bulk sale. So procurement departments, HRs and stuff, if you target them, you actually get to sell bulk. So you have to think a little different. At the same time, when you get these PMs and stuff, please don't expect marketing to be magic. One very important thing, out of 100 that is coming to you, 100% will never convert. I mean, if it does, please write to me. I would love to know your story, the success story. Because we are not in the sales business. We are not doing sales. We are doing marketing. So it involves a lot of people who will reach out to you just for the sake of either knowing or just getting introduced, but has no further interest. So you will have these kind of stuff happening, but all you need to do is, out of 100, what is the percentage that is converting for you? Don't be sad about the percentage which is not converting, because that's bound to happen.
Yeah, I think so just to clarify that, So what you do is that you look into the broad targeting,
Yes.
and then as well as the niche targeting. I think a lot of people, just like what you say, a lot of people, when you think about this pen and they're like, oh, this is for youth. Okay, youth is how old to how old? 18 to 24.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's it lah. 18 to 24. And then they ask, hey, why no one is buying? I'm targeting don't know 20, like 5 million people. Why none of them are buying my stuff?
Exactly.
What's happening is that you're trying to spread out your efforts across the broad. When you're doing broad targeting, that's kind of probably more like an awareness sort of thing.
Exactly. The broad targeting, the whole idea is you don't really get conversions from there.
Yeah.
But the fact is you get right exposure.
Yeah, people just kind of know about that.
Yes.
But when you go for the narrow targeting, that's where you will probably see higher conversions.
Yes, and that's what I'm sharing this, but what we do is our budget allocation is also more towards the smaller
the
group,
niche one.
and the broader ones, the budget allocation is quite smaller.
Yeah.
But it's important to go both sides, especially if the brand has the money.
Yeah.
But if they don't have the money, then definitely they can work on multiple niche targeting.
Yeah.
Don't go for just one and thinking that's the exact thing. I know my audience. One of the biggest mistake is they miss out on, even though we are talking about the tactical stuff, but the more important thing is the strategy. When they go across, they don't really do any market survey about the pen. Talking to real audience or the real people, what do they think about it? And neither do they have the buyer persona.
Yes, exactly. The buyer persona. Buyer persona is really important. If you're wondering what is a buyer persona,
go to Next Academy, learn from them.
But really, for everything that you sell, you need to know who buys it. For example, if you're selling a really sinful chocolate chip cookie, don't sell it to people who are vegans, right?
Exactly. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
And the buyer persona means the psychography and the demography of a person who would buy. Exact person, not really like, okay, I want to sell this pen to Audrey. So Audrey is a female, an entrepreneur between a certain age group. I don't know her age, so I can't say it. And her interests might be food and traveling and stuff, and also listing down the psychography. Exact person. And the fact is, you don't stick with one buyer persona. Try to have at least 4 to 5 different types of buyer persona. Because every person is different, and then you start your planning that how the interest works and stuff. Most of the cases, I think, boost post, click on boost post, interest. 3 interest, and then Facebook is suggesting another 3, add that, and then finish.
So people often fall to the boost, kind of like the boost post trap. So okay, I think that is an amazing reply to Alvin. So Alvin, if you're finding that you have a lot of likes but none of them are converting, look into your targeting. Maybe your targeting is really just too broad. It's time to look into your customer avatar or buyer persona.
Yes.
Think about the niches that you could get into, right? People who buy this thing.
Yeah.
People want to buy about HR.
Yeah. Yes. Even I would just add, when you're doing targeting, you have behavioral targeting, right? So don't miss out on that. That's a very interesting segment of choosing your targeting. I know most of you who have not done Facebook ad will find it quite technical, but the ones who have done, who can definitely understand that behavioral targeting is great.
Yeah. All right. For the next question, I think let's ask Izzat Shami. Izzat Shami is an advertising. He is in advertising. So Izzat, if you're here, this question is from you. Hi Izzat. What's the best set of ways to advertise products or services that are high ticket items?
Okay, I love that question.
Expensive products. What are the best way to actually advertise them?
Okay, I'll share a real life incident. So I was working with a client who are into workshops and stuff, and they have a workshop which costs around the range that she mentioned. And they came to me, they said they have a strategy, they just want us to execute. So they came to me and said, okay, Kush, I have X budget. All I need is people who are interested in my workshop. And I know that the workshop is high end. It's between the range 3 to 5K. And they have given us a good budget. I would say it's not a small budget that they're giving us, but the strategy is also given my client. So in this situation, what happened? We had to be very honest and be told to the client, it's not going to work. They wanted to do us lead ads. So we did do lead ads set up for the client, and we showed them, okay, I'll do it for you, but I know it will not work, and I know it myself. Because when you are selling something which is 3,000 or 5,000 ringgit, how can you expect a person to make a purchase by just clicking on 3 buttons and then finish?
Yeah.
Unless they get introduced to your brand, unless they speak to you, they build a connection with you, they can't do it.
Yeah.
So, like for the workshop client, what I would say is have a landing page, a landing page that talks about everything that you're doing. I'm not talking about the agenda. I'm not talking about only what you're going to cover, but it should include social proofs. It should include testimonials. It should include what people are talking about, how many people are joining.
Yes.
How many people have success stories, all these things. Plus, at the same time, there also, please don't expect people that on the landing page, they'll click on the buy button and they'll buy something which is 3,000 ringgit. Would you really do that? You ask yourself.
No.
So that's where you invite them to maybe talk to them through a small workshop, through a small event, and there you build a one-to-one relationship. You only trust a school or a university with your child when you go and meet the faculty and the principal, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's happening here. You meet the faculty, you meet the person who's going to conduct the training on the workshop. You feel like, okay, I understand his language. He talks in the way I get it. So I want to be there. And that's where the conversion is going to happen. So you have to build the bond, the relationship with the person. If it's 3,000 and 5,000 ringgit. If it's 200 ringgit, 150, just go for the direct sale.
Yeah. So guys, I think for our students as well, so we actually have the digital marketing quantum degree that is happening soon, happening next week, as well as the product launch bootcamp. But anyways, one very interesting thing is that when I meet students and I ask them, what are some of the key things that you struggle with, right? So we often see two different type of products. One is the really cheap ones, like 10, 20, 30 bucks, very cheap. And the other ones are like more than 10,000 bucks.
Oh yes.
And it's two very different things. 10 bucks, 20 ringgit, I can just take my money out immediately. It's
less than a meal. So it's quite cool the decision making power and the time span is quite less for those.
Yeah.
And when you are selling something which is 3 to 5 or even more than that,
more than 10K,
you can't expect a Louis Vuitton bag going online, right? I mean, unless a person knows what it is and just knows where I want to buy it and then go directly and buy it.
So guys, when the price point is very high, there is a need for you to nurture that relationship.
Yes.
Right? If the price point is really low, for me is that I don't know if it's nice or not. Let's just say you walk into a restaurant, if it's like 5 ringgit or 6 ringgit, I don't know if it's nice or not, but I'll just try it.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Like I told about the campaign that we ran, the price point was not high. So we went for a campaign where direct conversion happens, where we take them to the e-commerce website and they buy it.
Yeah.
But when I'm working with that workshop client I mentioned, it's a different it's a different strategy altogether.
All right. Okay. So guys, really. Oh, okay. So guess what? 5 more shares. Only five shares for now. So we want to have more shares, guys. So please do share. And you stand a chance to win this.
Don't miss out. You have to share. Just click on share and you get a ticket to the MarkTech Summit.
Okay, so guys, Ayi, so hi. You asked, like, do you think it's the right thing for agencies to not share the Facebook Ad Manager access to clients? Right? That's interesting. Do you think it is? Do you think agencies should or should not share Facebook Ad Managers? Well, do you have any thoughts?
Okay, that's really a tricky question. I can't say about other agencies, but we believe in fair investments. Whatever, like our quotations define how much are we spending and how much are we charging as management fee. We don't really I know there are situations where you have a ballpark given to the client and it includes the management fee. We don't do that. We have separate bifurcations. Though we don't give our ad manager access to the clients because it's associated with a lot of tools, it's associated with our cards, it's associated with our strategy. What strategy are we running to get the client what kind of return they need? So we definitely don't do that. But let's say if the client is quite keen and to find out what's going on, we don't mind sharing screenshots. So we're okay with that.
That's cool. All right.
But screenshots of the spending, not of the strategy.
All right, guys. Okay, so let's just go with Jane. Okay, Jane Koo asks, how do you generate leads from Facebook ads? Right? How do you generate leads from Facebook ads?
Okay. It depends what kind of leads are we looking at, because Facebook has a lot of objectives. It has awareness, it has lead generation, video views, website clicks, conversions, everything. Now, Facebook is one platform. One more reason why I love it: you don't really need a full-fledged website to generate lead. You can actually use Facebook lead ads to run leads and finally get leads. So you can get name, contact, email address, and whatnot from the people. The lesser you ask, the more leads you get. Tip of the day. So basically, you can just go for simple answer. You can just go ahead, set up a lead ad for your business, and get lead from the people. But it's not the case that it will work for all the businesses. When you're selling property, the strategy is different. When you're selling a product where you want to just sell consultation, let's say, then the strategy is a bit too different. If you're selling the workshop, then the strategy is a bit too different. You generate leads on the website. So you basically drive traffic from the people to the landing page where you're asking them for the name, contact, and email address. So based on your product, let's say if she tells us what a product is, I can help her with the strategy better. But simplest way is to set up a lead ad on Facebook and just do it.
So I think really just to add as well, when it comes to lead ads, just like what Kushboo said, the less things you ask, the easier, the more leads you get, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, just keep in mind that because many times all these lead ads, people don't necessarily need to take the extra step to type things in.
Absolutely.
So the good part is that you get a lot of stuff, you get a lot of leads, but sometimes you get people saying like, oh, I don't remember what I've so far.
That's true. That's true.
I don't remember that. So keep that in mind.
Also keep that in mind if you're targeting corporates and you are running Facebook lead ads, then the email addresses that you're going to get are not corporates. Do you set up your Facebook account with your corporate email ID? Think again.
So guys, so what can happen is that you can, the longer your lead, I guess, the longer the questions that you ask, the lead ad questions that you ask, in other words, the more effort that people need to put in filling up the lead form, then it means that they could potentially be more interested in your product.
Actually, that's true. I mean, if we ask more questions, definitely we find the interest level is very high. But at the same time, your cost per lead increases. So just remember one thing. While you get the leads and you're taking them to the sales funnel and where you're converting them, you see the conversions actually happening. If it's not happening, then please go back to your form and then re-strategize.
Nice. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so Lisa Marie asks, so Lisa Marie, she actually has a natural beauty company. She said, how much on average do we need to spend in order to get leads and actual sales?
That's the lead.
Leads and actual sales. How much on average do you need to spend in order to get leads or actual sales?
Okay, now Audrey, you understand that here the value of the product makes all the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, if your product is $500,000, you understand that the value of the lead will be more than 1,000 ringgit. But if your value of the product is just few hundred ringgits, then the lead value will definitely be less.
Yeah.
That's equally proportionate. A person who is selling a $500,000 property can afford a per lead cost of up to 500 to 1,005. Because even if 1,005 per lead cost comes in and you're selling a half a million or $1 million ringgit property, it's well recovered. It's very
exactly.
But you cannot afford a lead cost of 300 or 400 or 500 ringgit where your product value is just 400 ringgit. So in that situation, you need to identify what is your product value, and based on that, you define your strategy. So there's no standard cost to how much per lead can cost. It can, like, we helped one of the events happening at KLCC every year, and we've been helping them for many years now. So last time when they were running ads, it was a little expensive. We helped them this year and the last year run ads, and we bought them their cost per lead from 20 ringgit to 2 ringgit.
Wow.
This year it was 2 ringgit. Even we got leads at 1.7 ringgit, but I consider an average of 2 ringgit.
Nice. Well, guys, keep in mind, just like what you say, the product matters, right? The price point matters, and furthermore, the margin matters as well.
Yeah.
So imagine that you're selling this $400 product, but your margin is only 10%. So maybe your profit is only 40 ringgit, okay? So 40 ringgit, you need to ask yourself, it's not a matter of, how much do I need to spend to get leads or how much do I need to spend to get extra sales. The key thing you want to ask yourself is, how much return do I get, right? For every dollar that you spend, are you losing money or are you making money or are you breaking even?
Absolutely.
So of course, the first thing you want is for every dollar you spend, you want to have some returns, right? Like 10%, 20%, 30%, or 2 times, 3 times, doesn't matter. But the first thing you want is, obviously, you would love to have some returns, and then that's where you set your benchmark.
Yeah.
Then eventually, just like what you say, right? Just not the person actually, needed to spend about 20 ringgit to acquire one person.
Yes.
But at the same time, the person, every 20 bucks, acquiring one person, and the one person is also bringing in the revenue already. So bringing in enough profits.
Correct.
So then what happens is that for every dollar she brings it down to 2 ringgit. But for every person actually comes in the store and let's just say they spend 100 bucks. In other words, this person have the opportunity to earn at first from 80 ringgit. Now they have the opportunity to earn
98 ringgit.
98 ringgit.
Absolutely.
So don't think in terms of absolute spend. I need to spend 500. Then how many leads do I get? No,
it doesn't really matter. With 500 ringgit, you can actually end up getting only 5 leads. I mean, if you run LinkedIn ads, you will get less than 5 leads out of 500 ringgit.
Yeah.
But those 5 leads, if 90% of those leads convert, what else do you get?
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you need? But in Facebook with 500 ringgit, maybe you can get up to 50 leads, let's say, but conversion is just 5. Then it's exactly the same that LinkedIn is giving you.
Yeah. So I think okay, so for that question, keep in mind it's not about the absolute number. It's really think about it in terms of return, right? If the ad campaign that that you're running is actually making you money already, right? Then you ask yourself, can I actually scale it up so that it can bring in the same amount of returns to me? So that is the way to think about things. Okay, so we also have someone asking okay, so Ayi, we'll follow up with your question in a bit, but for Stanley, hi Stanley. So you're asking, what is the best practice for shooting videos for video ads? Okay, what is the best practice for shooting video for video ads?
Okay, so I don't come from the production background, so I can't be technical here.
Yeah.
But I do record videos, and I recommend my clients also to do videos.
Yeah.
Now, my personal favorite and what has worked best as an agency for us towards our brand is the videos which talk to the audience very authentically, and it's not too crafted. So there are 2 types of videos that we are looking at. One is which is product oriented, and one is which are people oriented. So let's say, for example, I worked with a brand, and we brought in people from the company, the employees who are associated, to do a video. So what we did is we did a simple storyline, and we recorded the simple video through the mobile, not getting very not getting very technical, getting the production team and stuff. Even if you do a simple recording, take your mobile, have the product, have the right lighting. Most importantly, if you don't have the right lighting, forget about recording a video. Have the right voice. I mean, you can see here, there's a mic. So that's something you need to make sure that people can hear you if you're talking, or if the video doesn't have voice, then have a slight music, a very not like a silent video. Even if it's a product video, having a small smooth music in the background is quite good. And at the same time, if you are running ads through videos, I feel one of the good strategies to do is do a story vertical sized video and run ads on that. Instagram story ads are the cheapest ads. They if you run those ads, you actually get the best ROI as compared to other platforms if you run. So if you're doing a product centric ad which is targeting to an audience which are based on Instagram mostly, then run a vertical ad. And if not a vertical ad, then go for a square ad. I would say avoid as much as possible landscape ad if you're promoting a product or something. But let's say if you're doing an interview sessions, or if you're doing if you're talking to someone, and if it's just a founder's message kind of a thing, then it is still okay to have a 4:3 ratio kind of a thing. But as much as you can keep it square and vertical, it is the best thing. Imagine you take, if this is your mobile, I'm saying, if you take the 100% space of your mobile with the video,
so
people
imagine this, right? 100% space of the mobile, guys. If you want this, please share.
So basically, because it is taking 100% of the space, you get 100% of the attention of the audience. As we know, the attention span has reduced to 3 seconds and less.
And that's less than a goldfish.
Yeah.
Our attention span is less than a goldfish. Guys.
Yes, absolutely. So these are some of the video strategies that I implement for my brands, and personally for my videos as well. And if someone wants to build a personal brand and are not sure what to do, I would just say, please start with a quick practice in front of the mirror, because that gives you confidence. That's the whole thing. It just gives you confidence to look at yourself. When you are recording, take the phone and look at the camera. Don't look at yourself. Look at the camera. You can even have there's a quick strategy. Do you have a mobile? Okay. Let's say if it's the mobile.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the camera. You can actually put a sticker. Look here, look here, look here. So whenever your eyes turn, you get an indicator to look here. Yeah. Because sometimes what happens when I have noticed when people are doing personal branding videos and stuff, they actually tend to look at themselves when they're recording a selfie video. But if you have that small arrow stickers, you can't do that, because it keeps on reminding you. So these are small tips and tricks that you can implement when you're recording videos. Lighting is very important, friends.
Okay, guys. Lighting is very important. Voice is very important.
Subtitles
is very, very important. You know why? Because on Facebook, very often people don't on the music.
In your office, do you think when you're scrolling Facebook, will you?
The boss will be like, "Are you working or are you using Facebook?"
Yeah.
So guys, remember that.
Subtitles.
And really just to wrap that up. There's two kinds of video, the product videos as well as the people videos, right? So the product, I will always, the way I tell people is that for the product, create videos where people can imagine themselves using the product in the same manner. So,
absolutely. I think that's a good one, because let's say if you are talking about a beauty product, then like the beauty campaign we ran, we got some of the influencers on board, and our whole idea was that to implement the product and give us the review post what you felt.
Exactly.
So it's like when you're using the product, you have a clip. Post the product application, you have the clip showing how it went, and then you have a small clip which says how you felt.
Yes.
Good, bad, whatever. So this actually acts like a social proof also.
Yeah, that's great. And for personal, like human product, like human videos, I think one of the key reasons why people like to see humans is because you know that thing is not fake.
Yes.
Right. It's so easy to look for stock images and so on and so forth, but when you see a genuine person, a real human being talking about the product, talking about a business, talking about be it a testimonial or anything, you realize that, hey, this is a real human being behind the scenes.
And also, one more thing, that's one of the biggest reasons why live has gone
crazy.
Yes, crazy. Yeah. Why Next Academy is going live. Yes, exactly. Because people believe what we are saying at the moment is not crafted. Yeah. We can't really learn so much and speak in front of you. Yes. So yeah, that's why.
So guys, if you want to know more and if you want to come and check things out, do share. We are going to be reaching 15 soon. We want to give out one of these tickets, right? It's a MarTech Summit where you get to meet and listen to more than 30 speakers talking about marketing, advertising, and see how it can help you grow your business. Or
you get to listen Audrey also. Yes, she's coming on board.
Listen to her too. Yeah.
Are we closing the session?
I think just a few more, and then
great, because I wanted to share something personally about one of the tips about because I have noticed one of the key things is when people design their Facebook ads, they're way too descriptive. They get too detailed. Okay. That their designs are something which people don't every time connect with, and that's one of the main reasons why you don't get the right audiences. Why you don't get the right engagement. People who are interacting with your video are not exactly who you want to target.
Yeah.
So your content strategy plays a very, very important role. Interest Targeting is a different thing. That is definitely important. But if you are putting out a wrong thing in front of the people, how can you expect them to understand, even if the targeting is correct? So I would say, when you're planning your designs, when you're planning your content, please plan it in a manner where you express three things. Okay. We in the agency follow these three things with as much as we can, with 90% plus of our ads that goes out. So talk from three perspective through one single post. One is emotional, second is rational, and third is a social proof. So
emotional,
rational and social proof.
Social proof.
Okay. So how about I give you a quick example of that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's say you're selling a product which has some benefit associated with it. We got a question about product launching, right? How exactly can we launch a product and we did one question which was about the product, right?
Kind of. Like
yes.
High ticket items.
Yes, correct. So let's say you have a product and you want to sell that online. Let's not consider it's a high-end product, but it's just a normal product that you're selling. So what you can do is, product has X benefit. How it changes your life. Oh, let's take shampoo. Okay. It just clicked to me.
Great.
Yes, because most of us can relate. So if you say that you have got a great shampoo, it doesn't really connect to me.
Yeah.
But if you say from a perspective that it can save you from hair falls, from dandruff, or it can help you to solve split ends, putting across the benefit or solving a problem is talking from a perspective of empathy. So that's the emotional connect that you connect with your audiences. So when you are designing a caption, let's say, design a caption which says, okay, are you having dandruff problems? Or we can help you get rid of dandruff problems forever and ever, or save your hairs, kind of thing. Connecting to people, then that's your emotional shout out. Second goes the rational. I'm actually speaking in the priority order. So second goes the rational. When you talk about the rational, it could be the price point, that you are not very expensive and affordable. You can also say that you have got a promo. So that triggers the sales urgency. So let's say if you have a 30% discount going on, so it rationally triggers the mindset that, I do want to save my hairs from dandruff, and it gives me 30% discount as well. So that's the rational perspective. And then comes the social proof, which, usually when you have the framework designed for the Facebook, you have the description. The main caption, then you have the headline, and then you have the description. Maybe you can choose the description where you put the social proof. More than 2,000 people have already tried our product and test
and loved it.
So these three things are quite important. And a picture of a beautiful girl with a beautiful hair is not something it's not something which I'm saying quite unique, but that works perfectly fine. You don't need to have 10,000 text on the visual. As much as you can avoid, it's good. But even if you want, just stick with one small thing, which can be which could be just the dandruff point or the 30% discount point. That's all, not beyond that.
That's great. Okay, IE actually asked, when she's running conversion ads optimized for purchase, there are sales coming in, but after a few days, the sales just drop off, and there are a lot of initiate checkouts, but no purchase. She was just asking, is there a reason why?
Okay, that's a good thing. We can do two things here. This can happen. I'm not sure how the frequency is, like from 100 it drops to how much, but let's take a guess, it just drops. So basically, remarketing is one of the great strategies that you must follow, especially when you have a sales funnel directly on the website connecting with e-commerce. So I strongly believe in one thing, Audrey, which is rule of 7. I'm a very big fan of that. Rule of 7. Nobody can sell anything just in the first go unless I need it. So let's say, for example, I came across something on Facebook, and then the same thing, if I come across around 7 times, 5 to 7 times, there are very high chances for the people to convert. And that's why I say, when we plan strategies, we don't just choose one platform, we go holistic. Because just on Facebook, if I keep on pushing you ads, you will be bugged by me. So I don't want to do that. So what we do is we do remarketing. Once you have seen the ad, we again target you with another ad which is optimized based on your requirement. So let's say if I'm selling a t-shirt,
Yep.
I visited your t-shirt page with the conversion ad and I did not buy. Go for dynamic ads, because then it will show me what I'm interested in, because Facebook has dynamic ads. So you can do that. Then post to that, because they added to cart, design your captions and the image in a manner, we saw you added the product to the cart but didn't purchase. Can we help you with something? Give us a call, or let us help you to buy the product. So there you build a personal relationship.
Yeah.
Either you go for send message as a button so that immediately they can contact you, or you can now get WhatsApp so they can immediately contact you on
Yeah.
WhatsApp. And at the same time, you can go for surveys. With these same people, sometimes, even if we do 10,000 guesses, we can't guess what the audiences are feeling. So if they are bouncing off after a certain period of time, why not just push out an ad and run a survey? We noticed you added to the cart but didn't buy. How about you share what you felt about our website and the product?
Nice.
I would say you won't get 100% people submitting the survey, but whatever people will submit, it will be an eye-opener for you. Every time I do a survey, it gives me a new line of strategy. There are unexpected responses that comes in.
Yep.
So you can do these two things with the given situation you are in.
So guys, one key thing, right? Like during the digital marketing product launch bootcamp, next week we run that. One very interesting thing that the marketer Wayne actually brought up.
Oh, okay.
Was he said for some reason, for whatever really curious reason, certain ads that he runs seems to be really effective, and then suddenly it just fell in effect.
Oh yeah, it is quite natural to happen. It happens with us so many times.
And you know what he did? He actually, so this is one quick tip that he actually gave the entire class. He said, believe it or not, sometimes you just need to, duplicate the same ad off the old one, but duplicate the exact same one and on it back again. And then he realized that the effectiveness just went back up again.
No, that's true. I completely second that. We do that ourselves because nothing really has changed in the ad. We duplicate the same ads and we take them. Sometimes I even take them outside of the campaign. I don't duplicate in the same campaign. I take them outside to a new campaign altogether.
And that works again.
It works even better than the first time. That has also happened. This is quite true. Even friends, when you're working with budgets, be careful with that, because sometimes, you think you spend more, you will get more return, but that's not how Facebook is. Sometimes it just goes like this and then
it just goes up, then dive. And then when you duplicate and then you do it as a new campaign and then it just goes back.
Yes, correct.
Things
like
this.
I like to call it, there's a lifespan to certain ads. You can't just keep on going on and on with them for a pretty much very long time. If you do, you see cost per click goes on increasing.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, get you to spend more. I'm sorry guys.
Please. Sorry. Yes. We love you.
We love you, Facebook. We really, really love you. But these are just things that, for us, we actually realize, we notice, and we are really curious about them.
And these are not something that you can learn when you just start with Facebook or you just do boost posts. You really learn when you implement it and you have been doing it for a while.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, one key thing, right? So if you are actually interested in joining the Digital Marketing Quantum degree, it's starting on the 26th of August, and that's next week. Or if you want to have the on-site one, right, and really, knowing what are some of the strategies of how to do digital marketing, what are the strategies of, doing digital marketing, doing Facebook and whatnot, do join us at on the 5th of September. All right, you two guys from Instagram. Okay, and of course, guys, please do share, and we'll be giving out these tickets, right? Do share. Very exciting to actually. I'm really excited to actually meet people there.
Trust me, the excitement level is so high amongst us, and even having you together, it's like it's a different feeling altogether. We are covering topics from digital marketing to storytelling to talking about data. We're talking about UX. We are talking about so many things, even content as a strategy, because I've noticed that this space talks about either marketing or either technology. And that's the whole reason why we wanted to bring in both together, talking about chatbots, AI, data, UX, content, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn. They're going to talk themselves only about this platforms.
Okay, so let's talk about some of this very interesting questions, right? So Abu Bakar and Shamila asked very similar question is, how do you increase the sales of the products through advertising, and how do you actually know if the Facebook ad is effective or not? I think we kind of covered that. But
yeah, exactly. Can you just the first part of the question is?
So it's how do we increase the sales, and then how do we measure the effectiveness of the Facebook ads?
Okay, increasing the sales of the product, if you really want to do that, then first of all, invest a little bit on the videos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too sure your product is an online tool, offline product, tangible product, or what it is, but invest on a video. You know, the investment cost of the video is, if together with the investment cost on the advertisement brought together, and then you just get a single image, it'll actually be lesser. You know, because the image ROIs are quite, I mean, they're quite expensive compared to videos.
Yeah.
So if you want to do videos, if you want to sell product, do videos. Second, get KOLs or influencers to talk about your product, to really experience them, and please allow them to be themselves and not really pay them to tell what you want them to tell.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't like it to an extent and they have certain feedback, it works in your favor. You get to know what really the audience feel about it. Maybe you don't want to run ads on that, but please let the KOL be who they are, because their community connects with them, not with the product.
Yeah.
So you can get a video done, first of all. Second of all, you can get some social proofs through the influencers.
Yeah.
And run those ads out in the market. Application of the product, showing how it is. Of course, promos, a limited period discount, or just limited seats or limited orders creates an urgency for conversion. So that's great. So not just shouting out that you have brought a product in the market which is X valued, but you've brought a product in the market which is limited edition for a limited period of time, creates an excitement, especially in the people who are laid back. Okay, I'll buy tomorrow, no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the decision making enhances. And then when you see about the point where you measure, how exactly do you measure? So that's something which is subjected to your objective. So if your objective was awareness, you actually see the metrics that's coming on board. But if your objective was to sell through an e-commerce website, you're going to see how much are you selling. Now, once again, we're going to go back to the point where it was the product price point and your revenue margin. I mean, your profit margin, how much is it? So let's say, for example, if it's a 100 ringgit product, and per sale, every time you sell a product, your cost, your profit is only 30%. So you're earning 30 ringgit.
Yeah.
In that 30 ringgit, how much do you want to spend in marketing? So let's say if you're spending 5 ringgit or 10 ringgit, depending how new your product is and how well your content is crafted for relatability to the audience, that's perfectly fine. You're still making 20 ringgit out of the product, even if you're spending 10 ringgit in the marketing. I'm including the overall cost, not only the ad cost. But at the same time, if you say your product was 100 ringgit, your profit is 30 ringgit, but your cost per sale through online advertisement is 40 ringgit per product. No point. Guys, you need to work on your strategy once again. This is something that is not working out for you. Please don't miss out to calculate the final price of the product and how much have you spent it on your ads. Usually at least get 3 times of what you've spent. I mean, my calculations, at least you get 3 times, which is good for the company owners also when they're spending money, because we as an agency have to make sure that the entrepreneurs or the CEOs doesn't feel that the money is just gone wasted. So that's something you need to measure. Now, another thing is, let's say if you're not doing e-commerce and you're just doing leads, then that's when you call people, okay, and you try to call them as soon as possible. Yeah. So that's another tip. Let's say if you receive a lead and you are working at that point of time, if it's possible, call it then and there, because that time the person remembers you. They have just seen your ad and they're ready to interact. Yes. So the more the delay you do, you lose their interest, and at the same time, they might find alternatives very easily. And if you're doing lead ads, then please call. If they are not interested, try to understand the psychography of that person who is not interested and exclude them from your ads.
Nice. I think that is a very, very good advice on how you can actually, see if the thing is working for you or not, right? I mean, really, guys, if you guys have the chance, rewatch this and listen to the strategies that, the strategy that she have, right? Because she is helping a lot of businesses grow at least 3 times for every ads, for every $1, you'll be getting back $3.
Yes.
How good is that, right?
Yes.
You spend
But please don't.
1 million, you get back 3 million.
Oh. Yeah, but please don't. But asterisk to that, we are not into the sales business. We are in the marketing business, where branding and storytelling is the initial step. So don't forget to invest money in that, especially in the product business, Audrey. If you are just not, if you're not here for a quick money, let's say I just launched the product, 100 products all finished. If you're not for that and you're going to stay for longer, I would say please don't try to sell the product, but sell the benefit of the product without any urgency by building the branding. Just branding for the first maybe few months, you go with that.
Yeah.
If you do that, you actually get a lot of word of mouth.
That's great. That's really good. I think this one can, this Terrence Tan actually asked this question, right? He is a small business and he just started doing Facebook advertising. Probably have never done it before. So how can he get started? And he doesn't have a lot of budget. So I think that's something that
he is a marketer, is it?
So yeah, he's a marketer. Okay. So he's he is with a small business and
Okay, if you have small business and low budgets, then spend as much as low you can on the testings. That's the first and the foremost advice that I can give to you. Second is try and do a market research of the audiences before you run an ad, because you don't have enough money to test. So go out. Like one of the good strategies is you have so many platforms. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter. Even though Twitter is not very popular in Malaysia, but trust me, Twitter is one heck of a platform where you can get so much of data. Quora, you can get so much of data. So if you go out and you just do an analysis of the people who basically are your target audience. Let's say if someone is interested in chocolates, specifically dark chocolates. So if you go to Quora and you see some of the questions, you can actually understand from the profile who are the people, what is the age group, looking at the photo and the name, what are the background they're coming in, what is the psychography of the person with the question. You can actually craft your storyline of the content. So work on the content as much as you can when you have small budget. Actually, when you have budget also, please work on the content because that makes a whole lot of difference. It's not the money at the end of the day which will get you gold out of, I don't want to say the word, but it would not get you gold out of anything. So definitely just my idea is start with a smaller test budget, do interest behavioral targeting, but work on the image, and most importantly, run split ad testings. You can try that. But there is a trick, frankly, Audrey, when I try split ads. Okay, my experience is split ad works great. You tested, you got the results. But because split ad, you cannot edit any further, right? So you have to duplicate. As soon as you duplicate them, your cost is never the same. It always goes up. So what I have started to do, instead of running split ads, I actually test, but I test it through ad sets and ads. So I have noticed, because doing that, you can easily play around with the time, the budget and something. And at the same time, Facebook doesn't get to restrict me with the minimum split ad timings. But if you want to test creatives and stuff, it's still a great method to do it. And if you don't want to get too technical and too tactical about it, go with the split ad testings.
Nice. Guys, I think there is one more question now. So it's by Ramesh. Okay, it's by Ramesh, and Ramesh asks, how to boost messages and get participants of audience? How to boost messages and get participants from the audience?
So I understand that he's talking about Facebook Messenger, right? Okay, this is one of the most popular mediums of marketing at the moment. Let me just put that. Why not? Whenever Facebook Messenger is growing and it's going to get better day by day, and people would love to stick to the platform and not really go outside the platform. So that's why Messenger even works better. How I recommend or how I work is I actually get chatbots integrated with Facebook Messengers. So it's external tools which I get integrated with the Facebook Messengers, and from there I set up the list of auto replies. Of course, to a certain point, and then we go manual. But until an extent to the place where we can cater to their first-hand needs, we go with that. Don't go with the setting up messages ad on Facebook. Personally, I don't feel that's a good way of doing if you don't have lines of chatbot messages already set up. just for the sake of send message, and then nothing happens. There's no reply that's coming up.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's ready to interact with you. It actually discourages the audience, and immediately they forget about the brand and they don't want to give time. Plus, integrating external tools saves databases. So let's say if you interacted through message ads first time with someone, you can easily target them back with a new announcement. It's like a newsletter kind of a thing, because when you're launching a new product in the same under the same brand and you have a database of messengers, you can actually send them, oh, we came up with a new bag. It costs 10% down than what it is. So it's like a notification that you're able to send to. So if you're running messenger ad, do make sure that you're associating it with a tool which works well for it.
Nice. So I think just to repeat that, is that for Messenger, guys, if you're gonna lead someone to the Messenger and then the moment the person go there and ask you a question and you are not there, it's
like you're knocking at someone's door and nobody's opening it.
It's like this. It's like, hey, Kushboo, come to Next Academy, and then Kushboo came and knock on the door, and then she realized that no one's in.
Imagine the level of the heartbreak you will have. Yeah, that's the
exactly.
level of discouragement the audience get when they really are not responded. Even Audrey, to mention, until last year, when I was asked something like this, there was one trouble that we were facing, especially with the Asian audiences. They don't like to speak to chatbots. They're like, why do I have to speak to someone who is a machine on the other side? But let me give you an eye opener, friends. The psychology is changing. Now people value time more than who is talking from the other side. So if a valuable response which is connected to the audience, not something out of a blue, okay, you are asking how many products you sell, and the reply from the chatbot is coming, thank you for the reply, our person will contact you in some time. No, not like that. If you have a question that's coming in and chatbot can be set up with the top 3 products, people love it. They're like, okay, so
these are the 3 things.
So they're really adapting to the change that the industry is bringing in, and it's not the same. So if you can give them the right way of interaction, I think that's lovely.
Well, guys, if you want to hear more about all this stuff, you should join the MarTech
Insta audience.
Okay, you should, Insta audience. If you want to join and you want to hear more, tips, tactics, and about how people actually do their businesses, run marketing for their businesses, do join us at MarTech Summit. Okay, because you meet a lot of amazing speakers and you'll meet Kushboo too.
Also to mention, of course, we're going to have more than 150 attendees that's going to come on board, and they're going to share. You get to network to so many brands, and trust me, because we have sold more than 60% of our tickets already. We're 15 days far from the event, and we've sold more than 60%. Nice. The way people are booking the tickets, even we are overwhelmed. Trust me. When I go to the Eventbrite and see, 10 minutes back it was this much, and now it's this. Literally, this is happening with us, and I'm thank you, blessed that this is the response that we're getting. We're keeping our fingers crossed and working everything we're putting in for this event. So please, even if you can't make it to the event, stay tuned to our page. We will put all the latest updates and stuff so that maximum audiences can leverage on the content that we're putting it across.
Nice. So guys, do you guys have any more questions on Facebook advertising? So I think if you do, please feel free to actually pop in 1 or 2 more questions, and we will answer them. We will answer them. But in the meantime, guys, if you guys want to learn more about digital marketing, if this is your first time doing digital marketing, you own a business and you are thinking about, hey, what's the best way for me to actually grow my business? I think, do come by to Next Academy, check out our digital marketing quantum degree, and it's happening on 26th of August.
Don't miss out, friends. You have to do it. You have to do it, because that's where you can empower yourself with the latest marketing hacks and tips and tracks.
And not just that, right? Empowering yourself with digital marketing knowledge. In the future, sometimes it's very normal for people to learn it up, but they may or may not be the one to implement them. And they may, because to a certain extent, it gets really big, business gets big, and you may have, an agency to come on board with you, for example, Kushboo. And then what happens is that you will have an amazing conversation, because now
the lingo is same.
Lingo is the same.
You really have the right advice, because when I work with a marketing, let's say if the company has a marketing head, that's the best scenario, personally,
Yes.
if I tell you. Why? Because that person sits in the company for more than 10 hours or 8 hours a day, definitely more than me, so understands the brand better than me.
Yeah.
He communicates or she communicates the brand to me in a lingo which works best in the marketing spectrum.
Yes.
So actually it empowers. So guys, if you're looking yourself to not only grow in terms of your own career, but just in terms of the knowledge that where Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google, all these platforms are going and how they can empower you on a personal or on a professional level, I think you got to go to the next academy, friends.
Yay! Okay, and if you guys want to come on board, for the on-site session where we are going to get you guys to implement ads, guys. So do join us on the 5th of September. That one will be on the 5th of September.
Same day when MarTech Summit is happening.
At night.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, guys. And of course, MarTech, I think I'm going to be seeing you there again.
Oh, yes,
I'm going to be seeing a lot of
absolutely.
people there. I'm really looking forward to be able to share as well. I'll be sharing as well. In Kushboo
Yes.
And
AI, she's going to talk about chatbots, AI. That's going to be so exciting. I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah, that's, all the best to you. Okay. But before we conclude, if there's any more questions, we will just wait for another 1 or 2 more minutes. But in the meantime, is there anything on your side, Instagram side? Everything's cool. So I think maybe before we conclude, right? Maybe you could share with us.
Okay, Audrey, how about I ask you a question?
Oh,
Can
sure
that
thing.
work? Okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay. Audrey, why not you share with me, because you have been running this academy for a while now, and I'm sure you would have got some of the wonderful experiences with the students, whether they are of your age, younger or elder. Would you mind sharing one experience which touched your heart and that changed the life of the person after they came to the academy?
Okay, so in terms of digital marketing,
anything. I'm more interested to know how exactly Next made a change in their life.
I have a lot of stories, right? Really a lot. Okay, let me just start off with a digital marketing story first.
Okay, cool.
So last time there's this lady, she's really close to my heart, and she is an entrepreneur herself. So now today she is selling really amazing candles, right? It's called Dorothy Scents.
Okay.
Right? Go check it out.
Yes.
Natural soy candles. Okay, anyways, when we first met, we were just talking about it, and she was just saying about back then she was working together with this agency from Singapore, right? And they will only send her, they won't even tell her, any strategies that they're doing. And she's paying them every single month, and they're only sending her
the tabular format of the report. I can imagine.
The report, a screenshot report of Google Analytics once a month. And she was saying,
I can imagine.
Can you actually, am I able to see this more often, maybe once a week? And they're like, no. The report is set to send out only once a month.
Can't she just get the analytic login, man? Oh, God.
And the thing is this, right? They set up everything for her, so she doesn't even have ownership of her Google Analytics. She doesn't even have ownership of her own Facebook page. She doesn't even have ownership of any of her assets at all.
Because of I get it, because this does happen. I have noticed this because we do websites also, Audrey. And I have noticed a lot of clients coming to us and telling, Kush, I don't have my domain. Because the company, they bought the domain and they never transferred the ownership. So what happens is that the clients sometimes even end to lose their domain. Domain is like their identity. That's the name of the company, and they have to end up buying new domain because the previous company is not ready to transfer the ownership.
And that's one thing as well. The company there was a bit of a hesitance from them to transfer the ownership to her as well. So when she was going through the course, she never really thought about all this stuff. And then when she was going through, she was like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing all this while? I think she realized the only thing, they didn't even, like for Facebook, they didn't even implement Facebook Pixel on her website. Not even Pixel. The only thing that they are doing all this while for that 2 years was Boost Post.
Boost Post?
Yeah, that's it. Boost Post didn't even implement Facebook Pixel, only gave her Google Analytics report once a month or once in 3 months. And when she went through a course, she was like, what? You mean that I could actually look at my Google Analytics every second day?
Yeah, every second. You can even see live. I mean, how many people are live on my website? You can see it through Google Analytics.
And she was shocked, right? She was really shocked. And I think that time she actually went back when she was going through the course. Even when she was going through the course, she went back and she started questioning them. And then suddenly they got, over there.
Of course,
after 2 years,
yeah.
they got scared. After in a week time, they actually set up the Facebook pixel into the website after 2 years. Okay, then after that she started asking, why are we only doing Goose Posts? There's so many other options. Then after that, then only they start doing things beyond Goose Posts.
Oh my God, I don't understand. It's a Singapore-based agency and they're doing this.
Yeah.
This is something which is very sad, Audrey.
Yeah.
I can understand the pain she has gone through,
Yes.
because there are clients who have come to us and they say, Kush, I have spent thousands and thousands of ringgit in ads and I've not got a penny in return. What do you expect me? Am I going to trust you what you're going to do? And when they come from a cold lead, it's very difficult for we as an agency to build that trust.
Yes.
If it's a warm lead, you can still understand there's a trust circle involved in it. But if it's a cold lead, how not only, I losing a project is not a very big deal.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is the best thing a client can do to grow their business at the most effective cost, they lose that mindset only because of this experience.
Yes, exactly. So that was a really tough one for her. But
oh my God.
One key thing, and she's not the only story. Actually, I have a couple of stories that are exactly the same thing.
I am sure, because when we as an agency, there are so many people, like when we did ads and stuff, they call up, how come you are different? How will you be different from other people?
Exactly.
What are you doing that they will not do? Because they messed up with my money and my brand.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when we do audits, because in this situation, we go with audits so that we get to know what went wrong. Unless I know that, I cannot correct it also.
Yeah, exactly.
So that audit is eye-opener for the client.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll share one incident, which is for SEO. The client is paying for SEO continuously. No reports are getting. No reports. At the end of 6 months, there's no report. All they get to hear, oh yeah, your ranking is improving. What they do is just they get the little bit of analytics, Google Analytics. But when you do SEO, you should give ranking reports of your keywords. You should say what activities did you do, how many social bookmarkings, or how many on-page SEO activities and off-page SEO activities did you do. All these things, nothing in the report. And by the end, they're saying, oh, my task is done. Your ads, your keyword ranked better and done. I have got that client coming to me and telling, and I said, give me at least one report or tell me at least one keyword they worked on. They don't know anything. And I don't blame the client, because they don't know what digital marketing is all about. So whatever they get to know from an expert, they are like, oh yeah, whatever they're saying is right. And I think that's where I think you are doing a great work, just enlightening them about the outlines of digital marketing. Because if they know a little bit, not only do they help us with our strategies, they actually this helps them to understand what our strategy is.
Are doing. Exactly. I think that is the most important, especially for people who are business owners. They don't have, they don't have all the time in the world to run their own ads, right? And this is where it comes in. This is where they need to know enough. I would say that's the key thing. They need to know enough so that they can have a meaningful conversation with the agency.
Correct. If I'm talking CPC, I don't want blank face. I think at least they can say, oh, it's something related to cost per
click.
Because maybe they don't remember exactly, but they at least are aware about something of this sort. Yeah. So that's great. I love that story. I really love. I'm going to check her website.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's she's definitely one of them. I think there is a couple more. Like there are some people who had zero digital marketing background. This story really touched my heart as well. So there's this person who has zero digital marketing background. She's not local.
Okay.
But what happens is that she went through the course, and then she actually for the companies that she wanted to join, she actually we do provide them a workbook on customer avatars, how do you build your funnel and everything.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So she did it for the company
that she wanted to join.
And the company, said that this is one of the most impressive, resume ever, because she didn't come in with just, she didn't come in with just a resume saying that, oh, I learned digital marketing. She came in with ideas. She came in with strategy. And in fact, very interestingly, it's not just one person. It's quite a few of them. And some of them are not even local. And because of their commitment and because, they go through it, they actually, use the workbook to set out the strategy for the company just get them on board.
Of course, as a company, I would love that person. They're getting on board and they're coming with the thought of really investing themselves.
Yes.
Why not?
So I think that is definitely another really that is a very interesting story that I have as well.
Wow.
So I think in terms of touching lives, I also do see, for coding, for example, we have like some people who drop out from uni.
Oh yeah,
Drop out,
exactly.
and didn't really do well in the traditional sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have this student who was 17 after high school, decided, you know what, I just want to, let me just go to coding. College in as well as uni, it's going to be too expensive and whatnot. And he came and learned to code. Then he got his first job as a developer, and then now he is a developer at Grab.
Oh wow!
And how old,
Super.
and how old was he when he first came out? He was like just right after 17, right? So you can see, there are people who are like him, right? Who didn't go through the normal route, or some of them who really, I also do have stories of people who really didn't do well.
No, that's true, because Audrey,
Yeah.
nowadays education system has changed.
Yeah.
Google doesn't ask for certificates anymore. Last time you had to have a master's degree for the Google,
Yeah.
but now you don't need it. Google have removed all those criteria. Why? Because there's a very close friend of mine on LinkedIn. She's and she does one podcast, and she goes live. It says classroom beyond four walls.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. Nowadays people want to learn what they learn. What is homeschooling?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is getting all his kids as homeschooled. Why? Because he wants to teach them what they want to learn, and not what schools are crafted syllabus and stuff. I'm not telling that there's anything wrong with the education system, but I think the education system has also to grow with what disruptions are coming in the industry at the moment.
And it's moving really, really fast.
Yep, that's true.
So guys,
yep.
It seems that there is no more question, and we only reached around 7 shares, right?
Oh
no,
never mind.
It's okay. So
it's okay.
For the next few days, we will keep this on, and we'll see what's happening next. So
yes, absolutely. But make
on.
sure that it happens quickly, because really we're selling fast.
Yes, sure thing. Well, Kushboo, thank you so much for coming on board. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and all these case studies that you have. That's amazing, because very often you don't get to see a lot of all these case studies. People doing all these things, right? You don't even if you Google, people won't share everything to you. But I am so grateful that you're so generous with your information. You're so generous with your knowledge. And I am looking forward to see you here.
I am indeed also, absolutely. And also, Audrey, thank you so much for having me. I had an exciting session going live. I'm definitely going to go back and see how I did it. But surely you guys are doing great. I love every time you're going live, and it's full of wisdom. It's full of wisdom each time. So keep going.
Okay, and we're looking forward for you to come back next time.
Yes, I would love to. I actually love the ambience in the work culture here. So that's super, guys. If you want to work at Next Academy.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and for Instagram people, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Next time. And yes, one more last thing, guys. Join us for digital marketing. If you want the on-site one, do come on the 5th of September. Sign up before the 5th of September. It's starting on the 5th of September. And if you want if you can't come on site, you can always join us on 26th of August. That is the remote online version. See you guys there.
Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye.